Well, hello everybody, and welcome back for another episode of My Chaotic Budget. My name is Sandra, and on this channel we do all things budget related as well as planning. I am going to go into a whole new series with planning, but for this video what we're going to do is our budget with me. I'm going to be budgeting our first paycheck for the month of July, which of course is my check. I am a teacher. I do get paid once a month. And when I get paid, I like to pay all the bills that are at the beginning of the month that's coming up. So I usually get paid within the last week and a half of the month. And so I like to plan ahead and pay all the heavy bills that are at the beginning. So that's what we're going to do right now. I do not share all of my numbers with you guys, as I've mentioned before, because of course I am married and I respect my husband's wishes that I don't share all of our financial information. So because I respect my husband and I appreciate him, I will go ahead and do as he asks. So let's get into it though. Let's go ahead and get into the numbers I will share with you guys. So this here is my classic happy planner. And I am going to be using this for my content. And so I'll be housing my budget with me's in here as well. So it's gonna look a little different, which is okay with me. I like it. Sometimes change is what's needed. All right, guys, so for this particular paycheck, let me go ahead and have my calculator over here. For this particular paycheck, we are looking to bring in, for the amount that I'm willing to share, is $2,099. I don't know what my rollover is going to be yet, so whenever we do have rollover, the numbers will adjust. So here on my budgeting form, I do put a column for what I budget and then a column for what actually happens. So let's get into what bills are going to be covered with this paycheck. So we will have insurance being paid. This is insurance for our home and vehicles, and I do pay it monthly. Eventually, I'd like to look into a 6-month plan, but as of right now, we are paying monthly, and it's going to be $167. So we have $167 going towards the insurance. US Bank, this is of course one of my credit cards that I'm focusing on. It did go up, and the reason why it went up is because we had a water heater situation and we were not ready for it. And because we were not ready for it, I did have to put it on my credit card. So I will have to make a payment of $500 for that credit card. So I normally would pay about $380, but I'm going to be paying $500 to help pay towards the water heater that we had to purchase. Our water bill, I usually round it up to about $70. It tends to be less, but on average, it's always about maybe like 63 to 67, anywhere around there. So I like to round up to 70 just to give some wiggle room. Hulu, of course, is my streaming service that we have. That we pay $12 for that a month. I am thinking about possibly looking for a deal during the Thanksgiving time frame in November, and hopefully I can get a deal. I don't know if I will, but I'd like to. But I have a lot of shows that I love watching on Hulu, and so I don't see myself getting rid of it. Macy's is another credit card that I have. This one is, of course, for clothes, purses that I bought all the way in the past, and of course I need to pay it down. So I need to make a payment. This is $195. I did make a lot of bad choices in my 30s. I can tell you, it was my 30s that were not kind to me financially. So I'm having to pay for it now in my 40s. Ring is, of course, a video monitoring service that we have, and we pay $11 for that. And then Microsoft is a video game service that we pay for both my husband and I. It is a family plan, and so we pay for that monthly. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how much this comes out to. So that's $167 plus $500 plus $70 plus $12 plus $195 plus $11 plus $22. That comes out to $977. So all of our bills that I do share from this particular paycheck is going to come out to $977. So let's go to $20.99. Let's take away the $977, and we are left with $11.22. Okay, so the next category, I'm a little out of order, but I'm finding that I have to do it this way for now. So here, I'm going to do my sinking funds and savings next, because I am going to be putting it a priority to get back on track and to start paying down my debt again. For the last month and a half, I kind of got off the wagon of focusing on debt, and I was just focusing on my own mental health. I was focusing on my family, and I wasn't really paying attention to where our money was going when it came to debt. And so now I'm back on track, and I need to focus on that. So I normally would put $30 extra towards extra debt, but I did have one of my sinking funds, not my sinking funds, I'm sorry, one of my snowball payments added to this. So it's going to be $60. So this will go to, and I haven't mentioned this in a while, but our goal is to pay down Target. So I'm just going to write that down here just so that way it can be notated. So we're going to pay down Target. So Target, of course, is another credit card that I have. So that will be, the $60 will go towards that. Emergency cash, I don't have any cash on hand right now, and I need to have cash because something comes up. I want to be able to just, be able to pull from it. So I do need to put $100 to the side for that. Yearly fee, I do need to start saving up. We already paid for our Microsoft Office, and we also paid for our virus protection that we have for all of our devices. So I'm zeroed out on my yearly fees. So I need to build that up again. So that's going to be $25. Now, I don't have anything planned right now to go into the high yield savings account. So whatever I have in rollover, I'm going to try to see where I can put that as far as my debt and what I need to save, because our savings has been put on halt. I was on fire in the first quarter. Second quarter, I fell apart. So I need to find a way to come back. All right, so let's see. We have 60 plus 100 plus 25. That comes out to a total of 185. So we're going to take the 1122 and we're going to take away the 185. That leaves us with 937. Okay, so 937 now. And the last section that I'm going to work on is the GDGS. And that is, of course, our groceries, dining out, gas, and spending. This I am being a little bit more aware of as well. We've been going crazy with just going out to eat and buying lots of snacks and whatnot. So I need to get back on track with focusing on that. So I'm going to put $400 towards groceries. Dining out, we are going to put $200 towards that. Gas, I'm putting $100 because I do need to fill up my vehicle, and my husband might need to top off the truck. So $100 may not be enough, but we can always pull from one of the other categories. And then when it comes to spending, let's see where we're at. So let's take away the 400, take away 200, and take away 100. So there we go. For our spending, for household needs, things that we may need to buy for the house, that's going to be $237 that we'll put towards our spending. Whew. Okay, so this all adds up, of course, to $937, sorry. And that leaves us with a zero-based budget. That is what we use. That is, of course, the budgeting plan that we use. We are zero-based budgeters. This last month and a half, these last 2 months, let's just say 2 months, I was really not paying attention to tracking anything. And so I'm going to get back into it, and hopefully we can be much more aware of where our money is going. We can get back on track. And I think sometimes that happens, and nobody's perfect. There are some people who can go years and years and on a financial track, and then all of a sudden, boom, they hit a wall and everything starts to fall apart. But I think what matters is that being able to create habits in the past allows you to get back on track if for some reason you do have one of those moments where you fall apart, because those habits can come back. Those habits don't necessarily disappear. They just have to be revisited. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to revisit them, and then hopefully we can see where we are. I'm going to get into a lot more of my goals for the next quarter. The next quarter is coming up, which is, of course, for the months of July, August, and September. And I'm going to get a plan going, and I'm going to share that with you all. So on my next video, that's what I plan on doing, and hopefully you'll join me for that. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's all for me for this time around. So thank you for being here for our budget with me. I do hope that you like this content, and if you do, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you haven't yet. I do want to continue building up my watch hours. I haven't put anything out there really for you all to be watching, so I do appreciate those who have stayed with me, and I appreciate every single one of you. So let's get into it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.